Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the European crossover webinar. And also today's the big quad witch day. And bear with me. Taking a look here at the NASDAQ, we've already pushed above here at our better levels. Actually, got make it all the way up to like what 15,528. And we're still holding above 15.5. Taking a look at the S&Ps. Not as strong in the S&Ps, and it seems like each day one rotates, one assumes control of or leads. So today, obviously, NASDAQ doing a little bit better than the S&P, but it's been like that where it just kind of rotates back and forth. And let's see here. So we did get retail sales coming out of the UK. Actually came in flat. And then at the top of this next hour, we do get core inflation out of the Eurozone. That'll be out this top of this next hour. And then here in the States, we do get Michigan consumer sentiment. That's actually expected to come in at 72. Previous was at 70. And that's going to be it. But obviously the big news is going to be the quad witch. Expecting some fireworks on that. And yesterday, like I said, we really pulled back yesterday. I didn't see them really pulling all the way back, but I kind of left it alone. I wasn't sure really how that whole day was going to play out. And although technically I could have just gone and traded just if I thought it wasn't going to go to one area or whatever, just maintain a reasonable stop. But my thought was we'd kind of get in a little bit of a runaway, which we did initially. It just kept going lower. Couldn't even rally, and then finally once we got down here and settled, and actually you could see where it had to go and hold. I did share that right there. It had to go and hold that area. Initially we had the support here. And when we came back, it was critical to hold this area. Actually, if you looked on the daily, which I didn't even pay attention to at the time, you can see right there, 15,354. Now I was looking at the 2 hour, and I said, okay, it's got to hold because I'm looking at this right there at that body. They got to defend this body right there, which they did. I think they got as low. They came within, I think it was less than 2 handles before moving higher. And obviously then we put in the hammer. And one thing about the NASDAQ, it loves, at least on the 2 hour, loves the hammers. If it gets a hammer, it's going to take off. You can see here, hammer, nice big move. And we got the hammer here, nice big move, and then the hammer yesterday. Well, let's go and take a look at what the sucker market's doing. Yes, for all the suckers. There's your lovely market. It broke. And we talked about this. Wow, we talked about this when we were back in July, and how this market couldn't hold up. Blah, 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 and it could break. I didn't think it would break like this, but it did. Then we rallied back, and then it hung on, and then it pushed higher. It really kind of fooled some people, but when it pushed up here, I kept saying, unless it gets to 1865, I don't care what. It doesn't matter. It can rally up in here, but it doesn't matter. Sure enough, it did, and we fell apart. Kind of held here. I thought, remember when it was still up in here, right here, I said, hey, we can still get to the high 1780s. And I thought maybe worst case scenario probably would dip down to when we were here yesterday. I thought it could maybe get down to, I think our support was 72 anyway, but I thought it could maybe get down to like the mid to high 60s. I didn't know this was going to fall apart, but China came in and was selling copper, tin, aluminum, and something else also. So I think that really shook the market, and we just really unleashed right here with a bunch of metals. Taking a look at crude oil. Still holding up really well. We did want to get that dip back after running up here. This 73, we did get a decent little pullback, but we've kind of come right back. We're kind of given a little bit back. So let's go and start with the analysis. So we did get that dip here in euro. Still not seeing a whole lot here. Look, we had support at 1753. The low was 1748, so pretty good. Yeah, it just depends on how this option thing. If we start to come under pressure, that could give the dollar a little bit of a boost. The euro is still weak. I think this 50 holds, but where's the true support? It's 38. That's going to be your pivot right here. So we could go and make a new low here. I don't think we're going to do that, but where's the real support? Yeah, we held here. We had 53. 50 was the low, but the true pivot here, if they were to drop back, is going to be 1738. We got to respect that as far as the level. I think that 50 is going to hold okay, and we're probably going to see this market rally. I would think initially, talking about NASDAQ and even SPOOs a little bit. Resistance will go right here with this level, this body right there. $18.22. Let's go move into the cable. Cable dipped back yesterday. We're back above this 37.84, but just like the euro, what's going to be the level that's going to kind of trip things about is going to be this 37.52. So we'll move this lower here. And on the upside, this body right there, which is going to be 38.57. Take a look at the Aussie dollar. We did still press a little bit lower yesterday. We had 73.10, but it did get as low as 72.75. I'm looking at this wick here, right there. And that is 72.87. Now, we've even been a tad lower this morning, but that's what we're going to go with. 72.87. let's see, and on the upside, this body right there, 73.71. Moving into the dollar yen. They held this area here. We even talked about that yesterday because remember we went with the body right there, but we said, well, we could have just gone just a level. There's a level. Well, there's a level there. And it's 920. They actually held onto that, although we kept the 925. That's fine. And on the upside, got to go right here with that body. 1027. You could even make the case right here is they'll have a tougher time. You see this body here, and you see this wick. That is resistance area here. See that? 1013. And onto the cash dollar index. No changes here. 9304. Actually, we're pressing up against here. Right there. We could go with this body for the pivot. Right there, which is 9316. Yeah, we'll go with that 9316. That's going to be a pivot right there. I don't think we'll see it today, but that would be it. Same thing with the euro. I don't think we'll get to 1738, but that's going to be huge for them to defend. So it's the same thing here with the cash dollar index. Take a look at Bitcoin. It's tried to hold here and got to give it a little bit of a due here. I mean, I thought we could still break down to 42.708, although we did take out the low here. But I thought that probably, as I told you, I thought, okay, we rebound a little bit, higher here. Then we, make one more dip here. And then try and work higher. But no, they cleaned up the lows and they started to push higher. And they extended that a couple of days ago. And yesterday was a little bit lower. So I don't see any changes here. It's going to still be 46.412 with the resistance 48.482. So no changes. Let's go and move into the S&Ps. Obviously with the big quad witch. We've got 44.84. This isn't set up as strongly the way that NASDAQ is. But that is the key level. Just gave it the 84 just as it may poke its head above 82, but it's not doing the same as well. So let's go with the body, which is 44. Let's just call it 44.77. Okay, and support. And we'll go there. 44.52. Moving on to the NASDAQ. You can see 15,579 here. So I'm thinking this is initial here. Potentially, it's going to be right there. We have a low here at 15,506 and a high of here at 15,609. And even right there, you can see the volume level right there. That comes in at 15,610. So we'll go with 15,609. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be right here, 15,3. We'll go with the daily, 15,354. And take a look at gold. Right there. Although I think we've already pretty much taken its wash. So we'll just keep it simple, go with yesterday's low, 1744. And the low here on this wick, 72. And crude oil, we had 73.04. That's going to remain in place. We had 72.19. Let's go right there, 71.63. And there we have it for the bias chart. And we take a look at some take a look at Apple. Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Well, Microsoft's still holding pretty well. Facebook, I know that took a dip yesterday. Netflix also. So Apple still looks kind of hanging on, but still looks vulnerable. Amazon came back, could push higher, but we're a long way from trying to make any real headway. Google's similar to Apple, but a little bit better shape. And Microsoft doing better. So there's the bias chart for today. I'll get that posted in the room. And thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar.